capital beat. Flip-flop and the mystery continues over whether at all the split has happened within the Nationalist Congress Party. And this flip-flop continues because the NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar was seen in Baramati on Friday, where he said that some leaders have left the party by taking a different political stand, but that does not mean that the party is split. And just a day before, even Supriya Sule, who's Sharad Pawar's daughter and NCP MP, she also said that the party is not split. Now, Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray camp has raised questions, and their MLC, and who's also the leader of the opposition in the Legislative Council, Ambadas Danve, he has raised questions that these kind of statements coming from Sharad Pawar are creating confusion among the party cadres and the workers. Now, what is this flip-flop game by Sharad Pawar? What is the truth behind it? Is it a deliberate strategy? What is the real story? I'm joined by Sanjay Jog. He's a senior journalist from Mumbai. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for joining. And we also have Vivek Deshpande, senior journalist, joining us from both of you. Thank you so much. And I'd like to begin with Sanjay Jog. Sanjay, I'm told we were on a phone conversation just a short while back where you said that you were at Praful Patel's office. And I'm sure you would know what the inside story is. Why is this flip-flop game over the NCP split continuing? Is there a split or is there no split in NCP?
Nilu, what I have gathered from my sources from both Mr. Sharad Pawar camp as well as from Ajit Pawar group is that very clearly this is nothing but what Mr. Pawar and Supriya have been telling, and even Rohit Pawar, who is his grandnephew, this is a consistent, policy basically being looked at as a legal and a political trap. There are 2-3 things. An argument which is being made internally is very quite interesting. What Mr. Pawar is projecting by saying that there is no split, so also Supriya and Rohit. Interestingly, what they have to project here is that as even though, Ajit, along with the 8 ministers who were sworn in, and what I have been consistently claiming that they have been showing a support of 43 out of 53 legislators with Ajit Pawar. So what Pawar is trying to definitely project is that as they have taken an anti-party stand, which is not in line with what he is being consistent that they will not either directly or indirectly support BJP, neither they will go and join the government. So what Mr. Pawar wants to show and wants to project is that this is not a split, but some, he never takes the name. In Marathi, he said, Kahini, means some of us have taken a decision. So that is with that. Now, what is the angle to that? To whom I have been talking to a couple of those, legislators. A, this is just to create a confusion, maintain an ambiguity, and thirdly, and kind of a legal trap. As you may be aware, both the factions have already approached basically the Speaker of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly here, as well as to the Election Commission. Now, what is happening, say, if at all, Mr. Ajit Pawar, by his 30th June letter, has clearly said that Mr. Sharad Pawar is no more a party president. In fact, he is heading the party, and the entire lot of about 43 legislators are with me. So practically, if the same thing has happened, then under the 10th schedule, whether the 2/3, means it's quite clear, of the 53, if 43 goes with Ajit Pawar, so it's clearly party has split. Accordingly, there are 2 things that they can do. What? They will have to merge with any other party, or they can remain with this, but may attract a disqualification. So right now, both the factions are not interested to stretch that further, keeping that ball in the Election Commission's court. Second, very interestingly, as I told you on phone, Mr. Pawar wants to also send a signal to those who have gone there with an affidavit. I have seen those affidavits. 43 affidavits are with Ajit Pawar camp. They have submitted it to the Election Commission. While those who have remained with Sharad Pawar, that camp is saying they have got a support of almost 13 to 14 legislators. So what is interesting is that Pawar and Supriya have been also making this statement again with a strategy to lure them, those who have gone there, and also to keep that whatever they have remained with them. That is another strategy. Third, very interestingly, And that's why you must have seen yesterday, after Sharad Pawar, they had goof up. Earlier in Baramati, he said, Ajit is my leader, our leader, what Supriya said. And then in, Satara, he denied. He said, who said? I have never said. Being a sister, she must have talked about her elder brother. Yes, he is my leader. तो इधर तो यही मेजर हो रहा है नीलू कि basically what Mr. Pawar is creating this kind of a scenario wherein if Ajit and Ajit Pawar camp lands into that, then it may lead to a legal and constitutional issues. He wants that. Second interestingly thing, that's why he's consistently saying, say अगर बड़ा group जाता है तो it can become a split. हमारे इधर से मैं split नहीं मानने के लिए तैयार हूँ because they have taken a kind of a separate stand which can be discussed later. So this is undoubtedly a legal and political trap Mr. Pawar had. But on the other hand, Ajit has also yesterday clearly said he does not want to comment because he realized that trap. Had he made some kind of a statement, that would have led to a kind of an argument के लिए उनको हाथ में आता था. Because what I gathered from both the camps is that by September end, you may get a kind of an order like what has happened to Shiv Sena from the Election Commission. Only two things I will tell you, and that's why Pawar and Supriya and Rohit Pawar will go on making this statement that there is no split, which is creating a kind of a confusion and ambiguity within the Ajit Pawar camp. On the other hand, if अगर वो सब एक ही है, तो मुद्दा कौन सा रहा? ये जो बीच में आ रहा है, that is creating a problem within the four factions. And the third very interesting thing, उभर के आ रहा है कि ये अगर if at all this kind of a scenario continues, you must have seen even today Mr. Pawar was consistent in saying that when it comes to BJP, I will step up my attack. There is no question of any compromise on this issue. So on the one hand, he will go on opposing this kind of the stand which Ajit Pawar and other legislators have taken. On the other hand, he would definitely like to consolidate his position as he is also one of the mobilizers in that, bringing together all those non-BJP parties. So here, pura within both the factions, what they are saying is that this is a kind of a game Mr. Pawar is playing, being a shrewd politician who has been in politics for the last 60 years. As of now, at least this kind of a submission from my side, we will discuss it later again.
But Sanjay, one more question, and then I'll go to Vivek, that if you're saying that this is a very smart game which is being played by Sharad Pawar and Supriya Sule, would also one read this as some kind of an effort towards, consolidating their party symbol, their party office, consolidating their party monument completely because they've lost the symbol. That fight is still on. So would one read it in that direction also?
Yeah, Nilu, no, I think I should separate that. What I spoke to Mr. Praful Patel or Ajit Pawar and from Jayant Patil and, Sharad Pawar side, nobody is interested basically capturing, those party establishments like Shiv Sena has been doing.
Right.
They have made it very clear. You will very soon find a new NCP kind of a headquarter of Ajit Pawar in New Delhi. Right now, they are not disturbing that. Same thing happened in Mumbai also. One office which is right now being used by Sharad Pawar camp in a Balad estate area, the Ajit Pawar camp has managed to get a bungalow just opposite Mantralaya as their office. So as you rightly said, there is no kind of a split in this scenario. They don't want to enter into any kind of a domain, like that, or encroach onto that. But my question is, what I am looking at is that if Mr. Sharad Pawar and Supriya will go on telling this, that there is no split, then Election Commission ko, what I could gather from speaking to both the sides is that if Ajit Pawar group has made a strong claim on party symbol and party name, so Sharad Pawar would like to say that if there is no split, so how can you give it to them? So that is the argument which has been discussed in both the camps. Now what Election Commission will take, that is their domain. I don't want to enter into that domain because there are a couple of judgments which are there, which have gone through. They may take that the base to give their judgment to their order. So as of now, as just to tell you, very interestingly, Mr. Pawar is very consistent, saying that today also he reiterated. He addressed 2 press conferences, Kolhapur, saying that no split. My line is very clear, which is anti-BJP. Some of my people have taken a decision which is not in line with the NCP.
Right. So it looks like a clever strategy by Sharad Pawar. But Vivek, if I may come to you now and ask you about this statement coming from Ambadas Danve. He's the leader of the opposition in the Legislative Council. He's a Shiv Sena MLC as well from the Uddhav Thackeray camp. And when he says, he tries to compare his this NCP split with the Shiv Sena split. And what he exactly is saying that some people left our party and betrayed us, and we call them traitors. So why is Sharad Pawar not calling his own men as traitors? This is exactly the point which he's making. Now, will the two be compared? Can the two be compared right now? And if Ambadas Danve is raising this point, in fact, I was with him on the phone and I tried to connect with him, but he's, let me inform the viewers that I tried to connect with Ambadas Danve, but he's on the road and that signal is a problem, and that is why he couldn't connect. Otherwise, he would have joined this discussion. But Vivek, coming back to what I was asking you, that Ambadas Danve raising this sort of a question, is it not a very natural and an obvious question from a Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray camp? Because they would feel jittery about the fact that what if Sharad Pawar leaves Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi?
Nilu, to me, this whole thing looks like a drama. I can understand Mr. Danve has to make right noises. I can understand Samna has to also write sometimes questioning, the intention of Mr. Pawar and, the confusion that is getting created, questioning that as well. So they have to keep making right noises because they can't make it look like a straightforward drama. So they want to create a smoke screen where they can kind of picturize this as some sort of a real split in the NCP, which I don't believe it is. Because if that were to be the case, then by this time, things could have gone quite far. Like, for example, what is happening in Election Commission? Why is it taking so much of time? Why is Sharad Pawar not going against Ajit Pawar's group? And what is happening to the proceedings of anti-defection law when both the parties have approached the speaker? So what is happening there? Nobody is in a hurry to end that process and complete the split. So like it happened in the case of Shiv Sena. In Shiv Sena, all things went on quite fast and the split was completed within a few days. That doesn't seem to be happening in NCP. So what I feel is that Mr. Sharad Pawar is trying to play this whole drama just to keep the BJP guessing. Of course, it creates a lot of confusion in the minds of the voters, as many people are saying. That is fine, but then I think it will go on for some time. Elections are not very near. There are still about 9 months to go. So Mr. Pawar can go on playing this game for a while, and that confusion will go once something, this smoke screen goes and something concrete comes out of it. But because Mr. Sharad Pawar's record is not really in favor of the BJP, all through his political career, he has never gone with the BJP, although he has taken BJP along on a few occasions. But that is when he was in power. When BJP is in power, I don't think Sharad Pawar has ever gone with the BJP in a very, very solid way. So, and he has been saying it in so many words that he is against the BJP and he is very much part of India. And the manner in which Uddhav Thackeray, Ashok Chavan and Mr. Sharad Pawar have been preparing for this meeting in Mumbai of the India group on 31st, I think if there were to be any doubts in the mind of Congress and Shiv Sena, they would have things would not have been so smooth when it comes to that meeting. They would not have gone about preparing for that meeting in such a smooth way. So I think within the MVA, there is some sort of a equilibrium where the partners actually know what Mr. Sharad Pawar is doing, and Sharad Pawar has told them in confidence what exactly is intention, but they just want to keep the BJP guessing about it. That is my impression. I mean, that is the only impression one can draw. Otherwise, by this time, the split would have been complete. Nilu.
Okay. So, Sanjay, my question and what Vivek is saying that Sharad Pawar would have discussed with his partners, which is quite evident because I saw some visuals on the Twitter where Ashok Chavan and all the India Alliance partners, in fact, Sharad Pawar was also there, Supriya Sule was there just about 2-3 days ago, where apparently this preparatory meeting was happening for the 1st of September meeting. So I think what Vivek is saying does have a point, that Sharad Pawar might have told the India Alliance partners as to what is up in his mind, and he's keeping the BJP, on a guessing game. But then the next question is that what Sanjay Raut said, that, if anyone sails in two boats, then, the people of Maharashtra will teach that person a lesson. Obviously, that was a message for Sharad Pawar. But the question is that how long will he continue to sail in the two boats, seemingly? Yes.
No, but Neelu, exactly what you said is right. But today, Sanjay Raut's statement is totally different. Sanjay Raut has just now, a little while, come out with a very interesting statement saying that Sharad Pawar will never go with BJP, and he, with such a veteran leader, in fact, is an asset for India. And we will see that in 2024, BJP is defeated with this kind of a unity. So I'm very much clear. What Vivek said is right. I've been writing, I've been speaking to a couple of other channels also. Very interestingly, Nilu, understanding is very clear among Mr. Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray, and the Congress's top leadership in Delhi as well as local leadership. Just to tell you 2-3 statements and quote. A, Ashok Chavan yesterday's this thing quote was that with Mr. Sharad Pawar within the India, and he being such an experienced and veteran leader, we don't see any kind of a scenario wherein he will either go directly or indirectly with BJP. Nana Patole, he always used to have a kind of a suspicion with what Mr. Sharad Pawar will have a play. He also came it very candidly clear that we don't see any kind of a scenario wherein Mr. Sharad Pawar will change his mind at this point in time when the non-BJP parties are coming together. Third very interesting statement from no other than even Balasaheb Thora, a traditional Congress guy, 1985, since he has been elected. This is his 8th tenure, and very earlier, also he's quite close to Gandhi family. He also made a similar statement. What the point I'm driving home here is that, they are very clear about Sharad Pawar's strategies. This, as I told you, is a strategy adopted by Mr. Pawar, to create, a scenario for BJP to go on guessing. At the same time, create an ambiguity for his own guys as well as those who have gone with Ajit Pawar. Just Khalid, third very interesting point which I managed to gather from speaking to a couple of guys there. What next? Very interestingly, internally, what they, as you said, at the preparatory meeting that they made, what they have decided very interestingly is that right now, even though Ajit has gone there, I am there basically to move around. So you must have seen he has already addressed 3 rallies.
Yes.
On 4th of September, he will be in Jalgaon. Then he will be in Latu. Then he will be addressing in Pune. So, what he has got, that he has already formed his plan to reach out to the people. Look at the response that he is getting. No doubt, Ajit Pawar yesterday got a Pimpri-Chinchwad or his hometown Baramati today. Right now, he is going to address. Tomorrow, he is going to have what they call a counter rally to what Mr. Sharad Pawar. But unka dukhna jo hai na, wo dusra hai. What is painful for Ajit Pawar camp is that Sharad Pawar is not even taking the names. Like so Ajit Pawar ho, Hassan Mushrif ho, Chhagan Bhujbal ho, or even for that matter Dhananjay Munde. So jo unko kya lag raha hai ki if Mr. Pawar has taken a line which is not in favor of BJP, then ye hame aisa kyun chhod raha hai? That is creating a problem for them. It is for them to reply. While Mr. Pawar is not either criticizing them personally or targeting them in that public meeting. So very interestingly, Pawar is.
Do you see the possibility of all the ministers who have sworn in, like along with Ajit Pawar? Do you see their possibility of maybe quitting and joining back Sharad Pawar's camp? Do you see that happening?
Not at all, Nilu. That this thing is over. I'll just tell you. I don't want to quote just one minister. Interestingly, he had a one-on-one meeting with Mr. Sharad Pawar about 10 days before at Vasant Sugar Institute, which is a kind of a premium institute which makes a lot of research into sugar and sugarcane related industry. Can you believe it? When I spoke to him, he said, boss, 50 minutes we devoted on only sugar, ethanol, sugar industry. Remaining 10 minutes, when I took up this issue, ki, boss, you have to do something and we have to come together. So he said, okay, what are the formulas you are presenting to me? So he said, nahin, hum to abhi BJP ke, not join BJP, but we are now with the BJP and Shinde-led government in Maharashtra, and so also as a kind of a partner at the Delhi level as an NDA team. So he said, "Ye chhod ke aap boliyega." He was very clear on that, and that is the kind of a stand Mr. Pawar wants to consolidate, and that is as you rightly said, there is no question of patch up. Kal bhi aapne dekha hoga, kal bola once I gave the opportunity post that 80-hour drama where in an early morning swearing in, Ajit had joined with Devendra Fadnavis and he became the deputy chief minister. But after 80 hours he came back. He was taken kind of an admitted back to the party fold. So उन्होंने बोला संधि एक बार ही दी जाती है, not बार बार. Neither it is demanded again and again. So he's very clear that there is no room for patch up. He will continue to consolidate his anti-BJP stand. Now, what is the fate of Ajit Pawar-led group and what the strategy so-called Mahayuti decide? Based on that, again, Sharad Pawar will have a counter strategy, not just as an his party, but MVA put together. I was told that now the Mahayuti, the constituents of Shinde, Fadnavis and NCP, they will now cobble together to work out a kind of a coordination strategy. At the same time, Sharad Pawar, after this India meeting, will sit together focusing on Maharashtra strategy and how to go forward to take on this Mahayuti.
Right. But Vivek, all these stories which are being planted sometimes in the Delhi political corridors of power, sometimes in Mumbai, that there is a possibility that Supriya Sule might be part of the Modi cabinet. Time and again, in certain confidential columns, all this is being posted. So what then, I mean, after listening to the whole story, do you see the likelihood of Sharad Pawar actually quitting the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi and joining the BJP camp or joining the NDA for that matter?
Nilu, I don't think having come this far, Mr. Pawar will make an U-turn and go to the BJP, join the BJP, because his whole career has been that of a secular politician who has never gone with the communal forces. Now, at the end of his career, I mean, he's 83. If he takes this line, if he goes with the BJP, then it will completely discredit his whole political career. So I don't think he will do that. And as I said earlier, he's only buying time. It may so happen that this split will remain at least till Lok Sabha elections. The game could be that Mr. Ajit Pawar will maximize his gains when he's the election of the BJP, and Mr. Sharad Pawar will make his own gains in the elections, and then maybe at the end of the Lok Sabha elections, they will come together again. If that is the kind of game that is being played out, then I think we will see this confusion going on till at least the Lok Sabha elections. But for now, see, even Mr. Ajit Pawar is not countering anything that Mr. Sharad Pawar is saying. So he is not trying to tell the people that no, the split is real and we are really with the BJP. On the contrary, he is going about meeting with Mr. Sharad Pawar. So quite clearly, the split is not really what it looks like. There's more to it than meets the eye. This split is not real. That is the kind of message that is coming out from the goings on within both the camps, at least over the last 2 months. And when something happens in the election commission, the BJP will have to take its call at some point of time. So what does the BJP do? The speaker might decide on this issue earlier. Maybe the election commission will decide on it at some point in time, much before the Lok Sabha election. And when some kind of a formalization happens about the split, then it would be interesting to see how the two camps, where the split has been formalized officially by the speaker as well as by the election commission, how the two camps behave with each other, how is their conduct vis-a-vis each other. That is something which will be interesting to watch. And from that, I think we will be able to confirm anything that we are inferring as of now, whether that is true or not. So that confirmation will come once that split gets formalized in some form or the other at the level of legislature as well as at the level of election commission.
Vivek, one more question I'll ask you, and then I'll go for the final comments to Sanjay. That what happens till the time this sailing on both the boats game of Sharad Pawar continues, and he tries to play both ways, seemingly. What is going to be the impact on the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi? As what Sanjay initially said, that apparently Sharad Pawar has already discussed. But what is the kind of message which will go out to the voters till the time Sharad Pawar's double game continues? What is the kind of impact it will have on Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, given the fact that, some important meetings are lined up? Now, this is a crucial period where they have to come up with a common minimum program. They have to delineate for the people as to what they are planning. They have to concretize their whole electoral plan. So in between all this double game of Sharad Pawar, how do you think it's going to manifest?
I think this is really creating confusion at the level of workers as well as at the level of voters. I mean, what do the ground level workers of NCP, led by Sharad Pawar, and the faction led by Ajit Pawar, what do they think about this? That is the question. Even the NCP voter would be confused till such time as something concrete really comes or something. The dust settles and we get to know what exactly is the situation. So till that time, confusion will prevail. And I don't think Mr. Pawar, Ajit Pawar or Sharad Pawar, they can continue to drag this on endlessly till the Lok Sabha election. This has to end much before the election happens. And at that time, the NCP workers from both the camps, as well as the voters of NCP from both the sides, they will get a clear message as to where the things are heading. So I think sooner than later, both the camps will have to make it crystal clear as to where they stand and how the split is going to be formalized, whether it is going to be formalized or not, or how long they can drag on this for how much time. So that is the kind of situation that exists today. But what I say is this has to end sooner than later.
Right.
The more they drag it on, the more will be the confusion, and BJP will then step in and try to do something drastic, which I think Sharad Pawar is also aware of, as well as Mr. Ajit Pawar is also, he also knows what the BJP is capable of doing. So they will have to play their game till a certain time, beyond which there is no scope for further confusion, further politicking. So let's see. Over the next 1 or 2 months, I think the situation should crystallize.
Right. So Sanjay, the final comment from you, that is this all a scripted game then? If it's deliberately being done, it's a smart game, a smart move played by Sharad Pawar and his daughter. What is it really going to result in at the end of the day? And how long will this game continue? And if at all, is this all very, does it look like a totally scripted game then?
No, Nilu, should I tell you, both the camps are now waiting basically till what happens at the election commission level. Right. Until that, both the camp, Mr. Sharad Pawar and Supriya and Rohit Pawar will continue to say that there is no split. While on the other hand, Ajit Pawar have decided not to comment, neither Mr. Praful Patel or the other 8 ministers. They will continue to speak the language of development. Quite interesting. And also go on, singing the tune of Mr. Modi, what he is doing, how the government is faring well, what are the initiatives being taken just both at the state level and at the government of India level. So what to me, quite interestingly, after speaking to both the camps, quite clear, nobody wants to have a confrontation at this point in time. Everybody is looking at what will be the outcome of the election commission, and also if at all Maharashtra speaker takes any call, because he has yet to decide in so-called as reasonable time about what is happening, whether it is about the disqualification of 16 and all. So to me, just to conclude, Mr. Pawar will continue to flag off his anti-BJP line. On the other hand, this Ajit Pawar led camp will definitely go ahead, making it quite clear that also we are also a part of NCP. There is no split. So both of them will wait till the election commission comes out with its ruling.
Right. So there's never a dull day in Maharashtra politics. And while the battle for 2024 has begun, but the real Kurukshetra seems this time is going to be Maharashtra. Thank you so much, Sanjay Jog, Vivek Deshpande. It was lovely having both of you on the program. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this panel discussion: subscribe to our channel, send us a feedback, and stay tuned to the Federal. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mm.